Good morning, all. Can I kindly ask who the gadget iPhone belongs to? Mr. Koban, is that you? Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kobane. How are you, sir? If he was, if he really wanted to, he could have spoken to us on the side. Why do you think that we'll be afraid of chairperson?
Good morning, Zoleka. If you can email me the link, I'm struggling to locate the link on my iPad. I am so long on my phone. I hope I'm audible and I hope you will forward it. I don't know what's now wrong with my iPad, but hopefully it will be right soon.
I will forward it now, Chair.
Thank you so much. Have you sent it, Jabu?
Yes, I have, Chair, to both your email addresses.
Sure. You haven't sent it during the week,
I
by
did
email.
yesterday, Chair,
By
by
email.
email. Yes, Chair. That's why you
Oh.
have it. Oh, you got it on your phone now.
Yeah, I'm having it on my phone,
You got
but
it on the WhatsApp group, ne?
yeah, and my challenge is that I'm having a new phone, and now I'm worried as to whether my phone and my iPad is now linked.
I've sent it to both your email addresses now, though, Chair.
Phew, what's wrong? Let me just go out of my uh, Wi-Fi. Maybe that will help. Phew, I'm not getting emails now. Yeah, but I received emails yesterday. But let me know. We can proceed on my phone as well. Whether we form a quorum.
Chair,
Hi, Jabu.
there are 6 members in the former quorum, Chair.
Do we form a quorum?
Yes, Chair.
Can you flight the agenda for us? Good morning, honorable members. May I use this opportunity to welcome each and everyone. I am experiencing a little bit of access to the meeting from my iPad, but I will be on my phone so long. Will the professional staff please keep an eye and allow me if I happen to get on my iPad. Firstly, I would like to welcome each and everyone for this meeting. And there are members who have indicated that they're attending other meetings and later will join. But if there is any apologies throughout, I would welcome those who have apologies to raise it. But before I'm going to deal with the issues, I would first I would like us to consider the agenda and want a proposal and a seconder to accept the agenda as it is in order for us to proceed. We will deal with the consideration and adoption of the draft committee minutes for the month of April, as well as consider the adoption of the committee oversight during our time in the Northwest Province. Furthermore, we will also consider and adopt the quarter performance report, as well as tabling of the updated second term committee program. I want to emphasize that one is the tabling of the updated. So the program has already been approved by committee members. And then we have a point for any other business and then closing. Is there any proposal from any member that we proceed? Please indicate so.
Good day, Chair. I will propose. It's Advocate Sali. Morning all.
Good morning and thank you, Advocate Sali. We do have a proposal. Can we have a seconder? Feel free to speak as I cannot see any hands. Honorable Kabo.
Oh, thank you very much, Chairperson. Let me also greet you and greet honorable members on the platform, including our staff. I stand to second the proposal to adopt it as it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Again, members, welcome each and everyone to this meeting. I will then now ask if there's any apologies.
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning, members. Yes, we do have two apologies. Honorable Mkhulu has indicated that she might be joining the meeting a bit late. She's at the doctor's appointment with her daughter. And also, Mr. Mtetwa. Am I audible, Chair? Mr. Mtetwa
Yes, you are. Proceed.
also might join the meeting, but he's also in hospital as he had a procedure. So he might join if he's available, but he won't. He's in hospital today, Chair. Thank you.
Sorry. Thank you so much. Sorry to hear that about Honorable Mtetwa, but we wish him well. And can we proceed, Portfolio Secretary, with the agenda starting from
Chairperson,
Honorable Molatane?
I'm trying to see here because earlier Honorable Bilankulu did send me a message of apology. So I'm not sure if she's part of the meeting now because remember we thought that the meeting was going to start at 9.
I agree. Is Honorable Bilankulu present? If not, in the meantime, I will request the Portfolio Secretary to just, keep an eye on those who are joining so that we can register it appropriately. Can we flight shall we start with the 1st of April, Jabu?
Yes, Chair. I just closed it by mistake. Can I quickly open it again?
Okay.
Uh, 1st of April. Ish.
1st of April, briefing by Swimming South Africa on the annual report, governance and litigation matters facing the Federation.
Is it visible, Chair?
Yes, it is visible indeed. Honorable members, in front of us, we do have the agenda. That is the cover page. Please ensure that you were present in this particular meeting. Can we proceed to the first page, the second page? If there's any member who would like to have to mention something, add or correct, let's go to the third page, ending with the word world aquatics. The fourth page, Nothing in the 4th page. The 5th page. The very last page, page number 6. Thank you so much. I think we're going to do it individually. Can we have a proposal and a second that this is the correct minutes of this meeting? Please proceed without raising hands. You're welcome to just mention your name.
Advocate
Liam-
Sali, I will propose, Chair.
Liam
Thank
Jacobs, I
you.
second.
Thank you, Honorable Jacobs. Please flight the 4th of April, the meeting that we had on a Friday, where we consider and adopt the draft minutes of the Department Sports, Arts and Culture quarter performance report. The first page, members that were present, 4th of April. Let's go to the second page, stating the attendance as well as some issues of the consideration and adoption. The third page, end with the word targets. The fourth page, the fifth page, please feel free to stop me, honorable members, if there's any corrections or something that you want to add. Page number 6. Page number 7. Nothing on page number 7. Page number 8. I really want to say thank you for the abbreviations, the decision that we have taken. It really helped a lot to assist us when it comes to all of these abbreviations and definitions of. Thank you so much, PC Secretary. Let's start. Let's do. Is it now the 22nd? Briefing by Netball.
Yes. Members have to move.
Oops, my apologies. Anyone would like to move, propose, and
I
second?
move for the acceptance of the minutes, Chair Nkosi.
Honorable Nkosi, thank you so much. Is there any second?
I second the acceptance of the minutes, Chairperson.
Honorable Molatane, thank you so much. Let's go to, is it now the 22nd?
Yes, Chair, the 22nd.
Thank you so much. That is Netball South Africa. The first page, attendance. The second page, still attendance. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Please indicate. Page 6. Page 7. Page number 8. And the final page. No, page number 9. Final page, page number 10. Can we have a proposal and a seconder?
I move, Chair Nkosi.
Honorable Nkosi move.
I second.
Honorable,
Molotane.
Honorable Jacob second. Let's go to 25 April. 25 April, the meeting and presentation by the National Library of South Africa. First page. The second page. The third page. Sure, there was a lot of people in this meeting.
So painful. I don't want to lie. This is so painful. And I'm still standing on my words that I've said before.
Honorable Molatane, please mute.
Else they will.
I'm so happy that the minutes is not painful, Honorable Molatane. And page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Brings us to the very last page, page 6, page 7. Honorable members, may I request for a proposal and a seconder?
Chairperson,
Honorable Liam Jacobs.
I don't know if this is missing from the minutes, but in this meeting, the minister committed to a timeline wherein the rejuvenation project, as we've called it, for Robben Island Museum would be completed. He said within 90 days of the meeting itself, if I recall correctly. And I think that needs to...
Is that page, which page is that?
No, I'm saying I'm not too sure if that is included in these minutes, Chairperson.
On the resolutions, there are, let me read that, go through that. Physical meeting to be scheduled once Sarah submits a request. Committee to consider opening case against Sarah. DSEC to provide a detailed comprehensive report. DSEC to create space, detailed implementation plan. List of the calendar event from NLSA. List of would you like us to add a number 8 as a resolution, Honorable Jacobs? I don't have a problem. I also recall that there was a specific question on the time frame and it was stated 90 days. And I think it is an important point for us to have that minuted down as a resolution in order for us as a committee when it comes to our oversight to ensure that we receive that in 90 days.
Yes, thank you very much, Chairperson. I don't know if colleagues on the platform also recall that and also recall it quite vividly. I mean, it's a massive project and 90 days is quite a short time for such a massive project, but it was a commitment made by the ministry nonetheless.
Any other input from any other member? Unless not, I would then request that the portfolio secretary add that additional point number 8 as part of a resolution that in actual fact reflect the authenticity of the decision that has been taken. Is there a proposal and a seconder with that addition that has been proposed by Honorable Jacobs? Please unmute and feel free to speak. Any proposal, honorable members?
Chair,
Who's that?
it's Nkosi.
Honorable Nkosi, do you propose?
Yes, I propose that we accept the minutes with addition made by Honorable Jacobs. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there a seconder? Any second, honorable members, please unmute if you want to speak.
I second, Chairperson.
Thank you so much, Honorable Molatane. Can the portfolio secretary just indicate what is next? Is it the report of the oversight now?
The oversight report, yes, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the report of the oversight. first page, the second page, nothing on the second page, page number 3, page number 4, page number 5, page number 6, page number 7, page number 8, let's go to page number 9.
Chairperson, Mr. Gabo has his hand up.
Honorable Gabo.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. I'm not sure in terms of the approach, as in when you say page 4, page 5, is that an opportunity for us either to make inputs on and around how the matter was captured, or I'm not sure whether we'll make inputs after the presentation has been made in totality. I just wanted clarity, and my apologies for stopping you in the process, Chairperson. Thank you.
No problem, Honorable Gabo. I'm mentioning the pages, and if it deems fit to stop me at a particular page, we can deal with this. The procedure is as follows. This has been sent to members to make corrections and additions and to send it back. That process has happened. It is now again in front of us. If there is an addition, another addition, or a correction of spelling of any kind, you are welcome to do so before we officially adopt this report. Is there any page that you would like to take us, Honorable Gabo?
No, Chair, it's fine. I think you can continue. My issues
Okay.
are around observation. They are there at the back. It's fine.
Okay, thank you so much. So which page are we now? Page 9. Page number 10. Page number 11. Page number 12. Page number 13. Page number 14. Page number 15. Page number 16. Page number 17. Let's go to page number 18. Page number 20. Page number 21. Page number 22. Page number 23. Page number 24. And the last page, no, the second last page, page 25. And then page 26. I just want to mention to members in this particular report, what stood out for me was the absence of various mayors and municipal managers and some of the stakeholders that also have a responsibility to attend the opening of the respective legislature in the Northwest. The portfolio committee secretary has made a point in the recommendation that Parliament as a whole should look into this, because it was a very, very sound disturbance. Even the day before our arrival there, the on the day of the opening of the legislature, and even a day after the legislature. I just want to highlight this for members, and also for future purposes, and perhaps members serves on other committees to perhaps also make that note or concern pertaining to oversight when we have some sort of a conflict of interest when it comes to the attendance, because the argument on other levels was that municipal managers as well as mayors have to attend the opening of the legislature and so forth. Any proposal and seconder for this?
Chairperson,
Honorable Khabo?
thank you very much, Chair. I don't like disturbing you when
We are losing you, Honorable Khabo.
you are going through. So that's why I say that I'll be such a. But my issues are not that many. If you can allow me just to reflect on one or two of them, Chairperson.
Yes, please go forward. Go for it, Honorable Khabo.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. First things first, Chair. You'd remember that we went to Ratlo municipality for a sports facility. I think we also went to Twaying sports facility, if not mistaken. And we had appreciated the progress that they had registered on site. That is the first thing. But second thing, we had also raised issues of other sporting codes that seemed not to be included in the development or construction of sports facilities. And we had said that as part of contributing to the target that the minister has made in terms of Olympians that we need to produce, these municipalities must therefore find a way of incorporating other sporting codes in those facilities, now that we still have space and now that we still have a contractor on site. That was the first thing, Chairperson. The second thing that we had raised was around Madidi. I think it's Madidi facility, the one that we went to in Madibe. That is the first one that we had identified. And if you remember, Chairperson, we had equally said that municipalities like Madidi and Matlosana, whom has benefited from these grants, we need to find a way of holding them accountable, not only them, but including provincial government of the Northwest. Because you remember that part of the responsibilities of provincial government would be to oversee the correct spending of the budget allocated to them. So we had spoken about Matlosana municipality, we had spoken about Madibe municipalities as the two municipalities that must be brought to the committee as a way of accounting, including the provincial government. I think, Chairperson, one other issue that we strongly spoke of, and I think we are not clear in terms of our recommendations, that the committee fully supports the implementation of a creative arts program in schools, and we would want to make sure that the program continues and will not agree with any budget cutting. I think, Chairperson, those are one or two issues that I felt that there is no strong emphasis, or we are not coming out very clear in terms of those issues, Chairperson. With that being said, Chairperson, I think I'm covered generally. Thank you very much.
Honorable Khabo, thank you so much for that input. I think what I would request us to do is to either have it in our closing remarks, or separate where we have dealt with that particular municipality. I agree with the issue of, in corporate the other sporting codes when it comes to the issue. I think was, I can't remember now, close to the arrival that you have said, and then also the oversight of the provincial government, their role, and the on particular reference to Matlosana. And I remember very well that there was a serious quest, as you have indicated, from members, portfolio secretaries should please take note of this, to summons the Matlosana municipality to parliament. But I can remember also that we have given them a specific time frame to give us a report in that regard, I think, which has been sent after a huge struggle. The issue of the creative arts program at school, yes, indeed, it was a decision by the portfolio committee. I might argue that the omission thereof was because of the fact that we have been informed that this program, creative art program at schools, due to the austerity measures, will stop. But I think, as it was a decision and it is for the department to consider or respond to that, I would agree with you, Honorable Member, that we add all three of these recommendations or as closing remarks in our report, with particular reference, on the issue of the creative art program at schools, which the committee, rightfully, as you has indicated, said that we have to show that support and request that that program should proceed. With that said, Portfolio Secretary, please indicate, are you in a position after the inputs and comments to enclose these recommendations on this report?
Chairperson, sorry, Honorable Kaba again. Sorry, Chairperson, I just got it cut earlier on. I had to change the device.
Okay.
Chairperson, remember we spoke of two municipalities. It was Matlosana and Madibeng.
Yes.
Madibeng, it was for that first facility that we went to. Where, if you remember correctly, where the Hosi wanted to smuggle Alameki from us.
Yes.
We then resolved that that municipality must also come through.
I agree.
But also, Chairperson, one other thing that I'd forgotten around the issue of the implementation of the creative arts program in schools. We had said that as a committee, we need to fast track our joint meeting between ourselves as the Department of Basic Education to assess the implementation of the MOU that has been signed. Because the MOU was speaking amongst us around the implementation of this project. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Agree, Honorable Kabo. Can we add Madibeng? And yes, indeed, we do have on our program, as you will see further on, Honorable Kabo, the issue of the meeting between Department of Basic Education and DSEC. Will the PC Secretary indicate, in terms of the input of Honorable Kabo, if we have a proposal and seconder, will that be with the inclusion of what Honorable Kabo has mentioned? Honorable Malatane?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think Chairperson Honorable Kabo has just covered me, because I was going to mention that yes, indeed, we agreed that on that one of Matlosana Stadium, it was one of the resolutions that we took, that we need to summon the officials responsible to portfolio committee to come and account. Saying that, Chairperson, I think I will also support the adoption of the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Molatana. Is there a seconder?
A second, Chair.
Thank you so much. Is that Honorable Nkosi?
Yes.
Okay, please, PC Secretary, take note of the additions made by Honorable Gabo. With that said, can we move to the report of the Committee Sports, Arts and Culture on the consideration of the 2024-2025 third quarter financial and non-financial performance of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture? 18 pages. Let's go for the first one. The second page. Third page. Fourth page. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11, honorable members. Page 12. Page 13. Page 14. Page 15. Page 16. Critical
Chairperson,
of Honorable Molatane.
I'm not sure if I'm going to take you back.
I'm happy to go back if you want to go back.
Yes, table 2. Let me check the page here. I'm using the phone, so it's a little bit difficult for me to see the pages, Chair.
No,
But
it's
the
fine.
heading, it's table 2 summary of the 2024-25 appropriated budget and third quarter performance of the department.
I'm trying to locate that.
Page 9 there.
Which page is that?
Page 9.
Page 9.
Chair,
Okay.
there's a compensation of employees, and then goods and services, transfer and subsidies, payments of capital asset. Then I'm on this one of payments of let me see, yeah, payments of capital assets. The one thing that I want to check, Chairperson, it's that actual expenditure as projected, it's 37.5%. Actual expenditure as of final budget, it's 34%. The department, I'm just asking myself, how are they always underspending, whereas when you go to the projects, it's a different issue. Project, they will be spending much money, which is unfinished projects, but on paper, it shows that it's underspending. Can the department chairperson one day come and explain that?
Yeah, what I'll suggest, Honorable Molatane, what we are seeing here was that this discussion between the department already and the committee, and maybe in our rebuttal when we are going to have discussions on this, during Parliament sessions, we might elaborate on this, if that is in order with you.
No, it's fine, Chairperson. If we are going to touch it one day, it's fine, Chairperson.
Yes, we're definitely going to. Fiona, if you can just, for the information of members, just give us a little bit of a crisp explanation on the process after this, if you don't mind, content advisor.
Thank you, Chairperson. Yes, Chairperson, you are absolutely correct. This is the information that was presented to the committee by the department, as you see in the reference there. And that is, as it was presented, I just essentially put in all that information, and they did provide an explanation in the meeting as to why the actual expenditure is so low compared to the projected expenditure. If I remember correctly, that's got to do with the Sarah Bartman project that was halted. So that is why the expenditure is so low compared to what they plan to spend. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you so much for that. Jabu, which page are we? We were on page, the critical observations of the committee. Page 16. Page 17. Page 18. Can we have a proposal and a seconder? Any proposal and any seconder? Please unmute if you would like to assist. Any proposal, any seconder, honorable members?
I propose, Chairperson.
I almost wanted to ask the procedure after this if there's no proposal. Is there a seconder? Thank you, Honorable Jacobs.
Chairperson,
Honorable Malatani.
I don't know, man, this report, but I will second. I think if I have anything, I will just go back to the portfolio secretary to get more clarity on certain issues. For an example, here on the recommendations, I'm just checking. Majority of the recommendations have been deleted. We are only left with two recommendations. And some of the issues on the committee observations, I was thinking that they will be part of the recommendations. Unfortunately, they are not. But I will, as we've said that we will touch the report, I will raise it again, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And I'm thankful that you picked that up. Like I've said, the procedure is between myself and the portfolio committee secretaries, the professional staff. Then we send it to all members. Then we work through it. I have raised the same issue, but let me just say for future purposes, when members speak and observe, it is been registered as observations. So my suggestion also was, for future purposes, some of it, you correct, you're 100% correct. Some of it automatically stems, or rather falls into a category for a recommendation. But if a member speaks, and you will find that, I think it's Honorable Mtetwa and Honorable, I can't remember now, Khabo, who always said, I want to recommend. And that has been then registered as a recommendation. But I take note of what you are saying. And also,
even Honorable Nkosi will always say,
Yes,
I
Honorable
recommend.
Nkosi, yes. I
Yes.
was looking for the name. So what I can say from my side, I will, and sometimes when I will present some of these reports, I will consider it seriously to consider that if that is fine with the committee. But you're 100% right. Some of the observations automatically stems to a recommendation. You're happy with that, Honorable Molatane?
I'm partially happy, Chairperson, but next time we need to
But if
deal
there's, let's spend time. Let's not rush this. If there's any issue there of any member on the page of observations, if you would like to suggest that it become a recommendation, let's do that now. Then it is a formal and a correct registering of what is transpired. Let's go to the can the portfolio secretary just read the observations quick, or should I ask if there's no problem with you, Jabu, should I ask Fiona read to it, and then if a member feel it must go as a recommendation, let's do it. Let's do that.
Fiona, do you want to take it?
Which
Sure,
page
yes.
is which is the page again? 16, eh? Is it page 16? Do I have the right thing now?
Chairperson, the observations start on page 16, yes.
Okay, cool.
Section 5.
Okay, please proceed.
Okay. So the committee welcomed the presentation. In deliberating on the information presented, the committee 5.1 noted with lack of concern reporting on the matter of the officials who were suspended in December 2024. So Chairperson, do you want to go?
Let's stop at each one.
Okay.
Any member, if you want to formulate a recommendation from this observation, whoever have said this in the meeting, please, I am now inviting you, feel free to do so.
Chairperson, may I just add that 6.1 there is a recommendation, but perhaps the members would like to either amend or rephrase.
Yeah, it is actually, that is a direct
Chairperson,
result. Proceed, Honorable Molachane.
Chairperson, can we allow Fiona to take it number by number? Like now he was on 5.1 and 5.2, ne? 5.2, Chairperson, express concern about the expenditure of the big work as well as the local way. This one, it was supposed to be the resolution, because that's what we've resolved upon, to say that
Yes.
the big work, it must go to the locals where everyone
Yes.
will be able to access it. It's supposed to fall under a recommendation, Chairperson.
Yes, no, I agree. But let's go to 5.1. 5.1 is already a recommendation as a 6.1. That is a recommendation. Let's go to the next one. So the next one, if we can have a look at the recommendations as well. If the 5.2, Fiona, the Honorable Molatane feel it must be a recommendation. Can we formulate it? And if the member is happy, then we put it under recommendations. But let's have a look first at the recommendations as to whether the expenditure on the big hawk falls under it is there. The department reconsiders the budget for the big hawk event to ensure that there is no excessive expenditure on this item. The event is sustainable and makes an impact on the well-being of the public. Maybe you can change that recommendation for us, Honorable Molachana, because I think your concern in the meeting was that these events must be more, to the rural areas.
Not even rural areas, Chairperson, too. And remember when we discussed this when we arrive at this resolution, it's because the big work event was held in what is this area? One more, I still have my notes here.
It's Pretoria. It's
No,
Pretoria at
Clermont.
Fountain.
It was
Fountains.
in Clermont,
Yes.
the main event. And I remember last year, we agreed as the portfolio committee that the money that has been that is being spent on the big work, it's too much because it's a one-day event. And we agreed that if we have spent more money on that event, it's supposed to be 1 million. And this, when they came to account on this big work, that's where we realized that they've spent more than what we've took the resolution on. So if we keep on putting it in the what is this observation, we won't be able to win the issue of cutting the budget on it. And it must also, when it made the resolution, it must also mention the issue of the amounts, because we clearly stipulate that we need to spend anything from 0 to 1 million, not more than 1 million. Chair. It needs to go to localities where we are not going to pay for the venue. Remember, in Claremont, it's a private venue that is owned by Western Cape Cricket Club, and they had to pay for them to host that event there. That's one of the things. Venue must be in the municipality where we can be able to negotiate it without paying. 2, they need to spend anything from 0 to 1 million. 3, it must be taken to where majority of people will be, where we don't need to pay a lot of traveling, a lot of transport for community members to be in that area, Chairperson. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable, I know you have a little bit of a challenge with your pages on the gadget. It states on the recommendations. It is on the other side of observations. It is on the recommendation side, and it reads as follows. The department reconsiders the budget for the Big Walk event to ensure that there is not excessive expenditure on this item. The event is sustainable and then makes an impact on the well-being of the public. Are you happy with that recommendation?
Chairperson, the reason I'm raising it, it's because on this report that we were sent, it has been deleted, Chairperson. If it wasn't, I was not going to raise anything. The original report that have been sent to us, it has been scratched with a black pen. That's the reason, Chairperson.
No, that's fine. But it's now a recommendation. If you want us to,
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Okay, Fiona, do you have it the way Honorable has explained it now?
Chairperson, may I just be allowed to share my screen?
Yes, please do.
Thank you, Chairperson. Let me just, so that the members can also see as I am capturing their input. Is it visible, Chairperson?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so what I've done, I've included in the recommendation, just because I hear what Ms. Molotane is saying.
Chairperson.
Honorable, yes, Honorable.
It said the department reconsider. Should it be the department should reconsider the budget of the big work?
Yes.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes. Can we change it like that, Fiona?
I've noted that, Chairperson. Is Ms. Molotane able to see?
You've just added Fiona. Thank you very much.
Okay, and then I've also, Chairperson, I've also added, just because I hear Ms. Molotsane's request to be a bit more specific in the recommendations. So I've just added the last sentence, which reads, the budget should not exceed more than 1 million rand. And the event
Thank you very much.
should be hosted at venues that are accessible to the public and that do not require the department to pay venue hire.
Thank you, Theon.
Great. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Recommendation 5.3. Oh, sorry, observation 5.3. The committee noted the department awards bursaries to students in the arts, culture, and heritage sector to the exclusion of those in the sports sector, particularly students studying sports management and sports science.
That should also become a recommendation, because the argument was why we are only considering athletes in sport and not in arts and culture. So if you can just reformulate it as a recommendation that the department, I thought it is there. I haven't.
Chairperson, yes, it is there. Sorry,
Yeah, I
Chairperson.
saw it. I
It's
saw it. That's why.
recommendation 6.3.
Yes.
If I
So
may
that's
just be allowed to
that's
read it.
super. No, that's fine. 6.3, the department ensures that it takes a balanced approach to the distribution of funding for tertiary education studies across the sector. Wonderful. So it's in.
No, this
Okay.
one I support it, Chair.
Okay, the next one.
Thank you, Chairperson. 5.4, observation 5.4. The committee expressed concern about the targets that were not achieved because of provinces that did not comply with the division of revenue. That
It
should
is
be
also
Act.
there. It's also there. It says the department continues to strengthen relations with provinces to ensure compliance with the Division of Revenue Act and the implementation of programs as per the provincial business plans. Cool. The next one.
Thanks. Okay, so that's 5.5, observation 5.5. The committee noted that the names of provincial departments are not aligned to that of the national department.
Okay, that can be a recommendation. The next one.
5.6, the committee inquired if the support through awarding bursaries offered to students registered at higher education institutions addresses the redressal of the previously disadvantaged. So that was just an inquiry that was made to the department, and they did respond to that in the meeting.
Okay. 5.7.
5.7 inquired why the Moshito Music Conference that took place in October 2024 was not included in the performance report, and further requested insight into the return on investment for this event, and that is a recommendation
6.5, yes.
6.6. The department provides a detailed report on the Moshito Music Conference.
Can Chairperson, that one of Moshito Music Conference on the recommendation, because now it's only, let's go to recommendation. It's just that department provides a detailed report on Moshito music. Didn't we have? No. Let me just remember, Chairperson. I have my notes here because I remember there was something that we raised further on this on the recommendation.
Yeah, feel free to add to add it.
No,
But I'm happy that
Chairperson. I remember that we even gave it a time frame when to get that detailed report. So I think it needs to be part of this 6.6, the time frame that we wanted that report, because some of the things, if it doesn't show the time frame, the department will take their time before they can even come to us with the report.
agreed. Are we able to do that,
So
Fiona?
I will have to check. We have to check because I remember we talked about the time frame when to get this detailed report.
Thank you, Chairperson. Yes, we will have to go back to the meeting just to get that information. But I've made a note that we need to
Okay,
put the
thank you
time
very
frame
much,
in.
Madi.
Thank you.
5.8.
5.8, the committee expressed concern that the department frequently hosts awards events that do not have a meaningful impact on the lives of.
Can I just come back one back on the time frame? I remember with this meeting, and maybe Jabu must help us on that. Jabu do have the specific time frames because we used to have a 14-day or so. If Jabu can just give us, perhaps, then we don't have to go back. I don't want us to approve this and go back and just add a thing. Jabu, can you perhaps recall what time frame we're given here? Are you still expecting one or not?
Chair, I wrote to the department, I think it was last week, Chair, requesting that they please submit this report by the end of business today, Chair.
Oh, wonderful. Honorable Molotani, there is a date. Let's add that date, Fiona. So that is today.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. That will
Thank
assist
you.
them.
It will assist a lot. Proceed, Fiona. 5.8, unmute.
Thank you, Chairperson. If we just move back, I was just capturing the date. Sorry,
Oh, sorry.
the committee expressed concern that the department frequently hosts awards events that do not have a meaningful impact on the lives of creative industry practitioners.
I'm having a gut feel that that one must also become a resolution,
And
a recommendation.
recommendation.
That the department frequently hosts awards, events that do not have a meaningful impact on the lives of creative industry practitioners. Express concern. Oh, we were expressing concern. And we don't we have now a problem? Isn't the March to do with this entity? They express concern that frequently host awards events that do not have a meaningful impact. I think that was Honorable Mtetwa who mentioned that on the
Correct.
lives of creative industry practitioners.
Correct. That was Honorable Mr. Mtetwa
Yes.
who made that observation. He didn't, as far as I recall, make a recommendation, but that
Recommendation.
is obviously up to the committee
It's up to the committee, yes.
if they want to go ahead and include a recommendation there.
Any input? 5.9.
No, so Chairperson, we're not proceeding with the recommendation?
No,
Okay.
no, that's why, sorry,
All right.
that's why I said 5.9. 5.9, Free State. This stems from the problem in my opening remarks, if I may recall, that the problems that we had on this last minute disruptions in Free State. I don't know what the feeling of the committee is, but I would think and argue that this must become a recommendation, because this is not the first time things have been arranged and planned and paid up front, and we have such confusion. And also,
Chairperson, is this regarding that event that was held here in Free State?
I think because at this
That recommendation.
I think it was at this meeting that it was at this meeting that we had a discussion of what is happening, transpired in Free State.
Yes, regarding that school, is it a school?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Yes, Chair. It's that one.
If
Yeah,
it is,
one-
it must be part of the recommendation,
Yes.
Chairperson.
Yeah, I think it must be. It was certain officers for the planning may not take sufficient measurement. Yeah, I think let's make this a recommendation that the department
Chairperson,
proceed,
Chairperson,
Honorable.
on this issue, Fiona, can you go up the same the one Chairperson has just talked, this 5.9. 5.9, Chairperson. Remember that it was the issue of the Limpopo
Yes.
province.
I
And one
recall.
of the recommendation, we even said that Limpopo province must come and appear on the portfolio committee to come and account that why did they fail to secure the venue in time, whereas the department did give them money in advance.
Yes, I think let's formulate it in this way, that the department, Sports, Arts and Culture, that both the department, Sports, Arts and Culture and Limpopo submit to us a report, and perhaps with a time frame, if that is fine. I'm just a little bit mindful, we will discuss it later on in our program on the issue of appearance and the amount of entities in terms of our program that will
Yes.
also link strongly with our strat
I
plan.
will support that. Let Limpopo give us a report, and we must also give them a timeline of 14 days starting today.
Yeah, I happy, Fiona, to record it in this way.
Sorry, yes, Chairperson, I'm just unmuting and capturing.
Oh,
So,
okay, that's
Chairperson, there
fine.
was a recommendation at 6.5 that initially read the department provides a detailed report on the funds spent on officials who travel to planning meetings for events it supports. But
Yeah,
I think
but
it
that,
should also be more
yeah,
specific and then say the
maybe leave it like
department.
that. Said this include a
Okay.
report from both the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture and the Limpopo on what has transpired on the day, because that makes a high news throughout. I must
Chairperson,
get
will
to
that
Parliament
suffice?
now. Yeah, I think that is fine. Happy chappy, Honorable Molatani.
Time frame,
Okay.
Chairperson.
Yeah, 14. We said 14.
14 days starting today.
Yes. I think it was Honorable Nkosi that has proposed. Honorable Molatani has seconded with the additions made within the recommendations.
Yes, Chairperson. Honorable Bolozane, Honorable Nkosi proposed, and I support, including the recommendations. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much.
Chairperson, just before I say goodbye, thank you. Chairperson,
Yes, proceed.
may I make a suggestion that when we put the recommendations of the observations and recommendations into a report, that we put them side by side, just so that the members can see if the recommendation speaks to the observation?
But you mean for future purposes,
Yes,
not
yes,
now.
Chairperson,
Yeah.
not now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think. I would think. Remember, I also had this discussion with you, and Honorable Moratani is also now pick it up. Yeah, I think for future purposes, let's do it side by side. Honorable members, we are now going to deal with the issue. Am I right, Jabu, of the program?
Yes, Chair.
Yeah, honorable members. I think I missed a page here, Johnny, but it's fine. Honorable members, we are going to deal with the program. I must emphasize that the program has already been approved by us. There is here and there an update, and these updates are mainly due because of the change of the tabling of the budget and a lot of stuff. But I think I deems it very fit to make these following remarks pertaining to our program. I must say that some of the stuff is happening and some is coming back to us, and there is a challenge of on many areas for us, and that is the biggest challenge for us is the bringing members back, entities back to the portfolio committee and have a discussion. The main thing I would like to say is that please bear in mind that we have a legacy report, and the legacy report, we have to ask ourselves, what do we have to show at the end of our term, and how best did we, deal with the legacy report of the sixth parliament? I think that is the long and the short, and that is very important. I also want to stress some notes with you pertaining the effectivity of our committee in terms of output, and if and when entities appear before us. You will note now lately that has been mentioned also, that we are dealing with not only one sector, we are dealing with two sectors, and that is the sport side and that is the arts and culture side. So we are we are profoundly so, pressed for time. We are extremely under pressure. And then comes the very important thing, complaints. Most of the members serving on the committee, some of us, most belongs to other political parties. We receive complaints, we receive, concerns from whistleblowers. And then there's this need for, we must call this, we must call that, we must call that in front of us. We have to, when we're going to have our strat plan, we have to sit down and we have to work together to see how best we are going to tackle these issues. Because the other problem that we are facing is that we have entities that that actually write complaints direct to us. The likes of Powerboat, NLSA, we getting problems. We got problems from NAC. We also have problems, and we have confronted the ministry about the appointment of the boards, NFVF, board appointments, investigations, and we also give instructions to the likes of RIM, Robben Island Museum, which some of them don't fulfill to the requirements or comply. We have an issue long outstanding about Sarah Bartman, and a number of issues. But sometimes programs change. But we have to, when it comes to the output and the effectiveness of our committee, deal with the Sixth Parliament legacy report. We must also deal with our issues and day-to-day issues on entities that appear before us, and how best we are going to produce a document to say, this is what we have done. My problem as the chairperson of the Sport, Arts and Culture Portfolio Committee is that I think we are seeing for too many times the same entities, in a short space of time. So we need to, at this particular strat plan, define and to see how best, even if we have to get, an expertise in and a facilitator in to come and assist the committee, because we would not like anything to fall through the cracks. This apply to oversight complaints that we have. I also want to encourage members to go out there and to do oversight, on for themselves. And I also, perhaps we would work together with the professional staff when stuff have been ATC'd, when it's been sent to the minister, when it comes back to us, how we going to respond. But there's also a very serious issue pertaining to, I think, a letter that I have requested Jabi to send to all committee members pertaining to the state theatre problems that we have, which, and as far as my observation is concerned, seems to that there is serious allegations of not a 1 or 2 or 10 million, but much more millions that has been spent. So instead of us focusing too much on a particular entity, I know that there are some issues that is of national importance. We have to package our program and our stuff so that we are satisfied as a committee, because most of the time we are jumping around and we have to, run from pillar to post with issues. So one of these suggestions that I would like to table is to perhaps have all of these issues that we have and non-compliance, and then we call the department and perhaps SASCOC when it comes to the problems of the entities to say, listen, this is outstanding, Sarah Bartman, the RIM haven't responded, Artscape, this is the problem, what is happening? And then we zoom into to those issues with SASCOC, both SASCOC, who's responsible for the federations and the departments, and that they must give us, critical answers to what is transpired. Even the staff are being overloaded with issues, and the whole day this portfolio secretary members must deal with these issues front and fro, with to and fro with stuff that really our energy could have been spent better elsewhere. People are keeping us out of our real job, complaining about, he's the first one to have done this and you need this and all of this. So we need stability. We need guidance from members in future when we're going to have this strat plan, and also instead of being a reactionary tool where we just react to some of the stuff. So there are very important stuff. There are very pertinent stuff that we have to discuss. So in front of us will then be the program, what we will discuss, and that includes the strat plan. And for me, the specific meeting, the strat plan should have actually been, before we enter into the seventh parliament. But be as it may, with all these changes, it has just happened this way. But I hope that will spread a lot of light onto what we want to do, how effective we are, and how up to date we are, and how we as an entity, or rather a portfolio committee, follow up on questions and stuff not being done by the specific entity. So I just felt that I need to mention this to you, and we are happy on an ad hoc basis to have this kind of discussions, because it is very disturbing for me amid a program, in the midst of a program, that something happened on the sideline, a member have been confronted with an issue, and then people is, what's happening there? Can we call them? Let them come. It is difficult with the program that we have. So up to date, and perhaps the professional staff have to compile something and to say, listen, seventh parliament for the first year, here is what you have done, with who you have engaged, and remember, we have so many to engage with. So I just felt to mention this to you, and I will then also ask Jabu to go through with us the program so far. And I don't know, maybe Treasury is the one who must apologize for all of this confusion and updated program and cancellations. But it is what it is. We can absolutely do nothing towards what has happened. So thank you, honorable members, for giving and allowing me the opportunity. I will then now ask Jabu to take us through.
I've been raising my hand. I thought you will note me.
My humble apologies. I'm so disadvantaged today with my phone, but please proceed.
Apology accepted, Chairperson. Chair, regarding this issue of the program, maybe I didn't get to before I misquote you, Chairperson, where you've said that the program has been approved. Aren't we supposed to be the one who program must be brought to us, and then we go through it, then we approve or we change whatever that we're supposed to change as the portfolio? Because if I've misquoted to Chairperson, my humble apology.
Now let me express me. The
Okay,
program in front of us now is been approved by the committee members. So it is there. So we were working up until today on the program that is in front of us. This is a program approved. The changes that may have had an effect was because of the treasurer and the tabling of the budget. So what we are dealing now with is an approved program with entities by us as a committee. So we're going through it. We're going through it now to see whether it's still intact, whether we still fine with it, because there are a few additions due to the inconvenience caused by the tabling of the budget. So when we are going to do that, is it the second term? Yes, the second term, we will again adopt and approve a program on the wish list on who we would like to see as a committee appearing before us.
Chairperson, I'm still on the platform.
My hand is up also, Chairperson.
I'm still on a platform, Chairperson, if you allow me, because now I think we are this issue that the program has been approved by the professional staff, and then ours is just to accept it as it is and move on, Chairperson. At some point, it's going to create a little bit of a problem, because some of the things that appear on the program, you'll find that they are being overtaken by the issues, and we find that we end up being what can I say, firefighters where we're supposed to come in because there's a certain things that has been happening and we are far away from meeting the entity. For an example, Chairperson, the last time Saru was here, they were here to talk about the issue of equity deal. And they haven't come to the portfolio to talk about the Rugby World Cup. And if they don't appear now, we are going to be overtaken by the issues. Two, Chairperson, we've been raising, if we don't see them now, I don't think we'll have any chance anytime soon to come and meet Saru. And if we don't meet them now, Chairperson, there are other issues that we need to, the other entities that we need to meet them before we can even go to debate the budget. Because after debating the budget, there are things that are going to be implemented by the department without us being involved. Let me make an example of one of those things. Two is the issue of SAFA. The minister has been talking about 80 million VAR, Chairperson. And every time when we inquire about 80 million VAR in the portfolio committee, he doesn't give us a clear answer. Where does he going to get that money from in the budget, Chairperson? Three, and if that is going to be implemented, it needs to be a process that is going to be transparent, Chairperson. It needs to be transparent. Unfortunately, some of the reasons why I'm saying that it needs to be transparent, I won't be able to raise them now, but one day we'll have an opportunity in the portfolio to raise them. The other issue, Chairperson, the issue of your swimming South Africa. The issue of the swimming South Africa. They left, and when they left, there were issues that were still hanging. This thing that they will send the report later, and then we'll go through the report without them being coming so that we can be able to interrogate those report, Chairperson. It can't. My last issue, Chairperson, maybe I'll come back again, is the issue of Freedom Park in Pretoria, Chairperson. The issue of the Freedom Park in Pretoria, Chairperson, it also must be given, it must also be those issues that are coming on top, Chairperson. You have this other, oh my gosh, I'm using my phone. You have these other issues, entities, Chairperson. Let me just open my phone, Chairperson, to go through those entities that do not even need that. It can be a possibility that we can see them today or tomorrow, Chairperson. But this that I've just mentioned, Chair, we need to see.
We are losing you, Honorable Molatani.
We need to see those entities, Chairperson. Are you still losing me, Chairperson?
You are audible now.
No, thank you, Chairperson. We need to see them, Chairperson, before we can even arrive to the date of the budget, Chairperson. You know, it's so it can't be right that every time things will be just said, we'll do this, without even informing or coming to the portfolio committee to say that we are planning to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Example that me and you we know very well. We were in East London. Minister out of the blue, he just mentioned that he's going to renovate Orient Theatre. From that money, from which budget is he going to get that money? VAR 80 million. From which budget is he going to get that money? The sports award, the boxing, whatever awards, where he ended up giving that guy with a wheelchair 100,000 rand, for what good reason we don't know. So, Chairperson, this issue of program is going to be here, and it has been approved by the staff. Ours is just to come and go with that program, Chairperson. Next time program must come here as a proposed program, then we will work through the program. If there is anything that we don't understand, the staff will come in to say that the reason we've put this on this program is because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Chairperson. As I submit, thank you, Chairperson.
Before I'm going to give Honorable Khabo, let me just respond to Honorable Moletsane. But I don't want to open it for debate. I'm also going to ask Jabu to explain the process, but I just want to make the following. What is in front of us now is the second term, Honorable Moletsane. Is a program that was with amendments beginning of this term. So the second term program was approved with amendments beginning of the term. And also the program, there is just no way that professional staff members can approve a program. The program have been in front of us, and we are the ones who approve it. So the update of the program, due to the changes of the parliamentary program, that is what we are dealing now. The update due to the changes of the parliament program. It is not the professional staff that is changing. It is a program, and most of the time the programs are adopted by members at beginning of this term. So we do have a program, but I also hear the argument, and I think you've mentioned the word now. We sometimes are lost with who we should see and we should not see, and all of that. So we have to keep just tact on all of this. Now, when it comes to SARO, now there is there in most of these things, when it comes to SARO, they were supposed to appear. You're 100% right. But if SARO write a letter to us, and the secretary said to me, but they are now for X, Y, A, Z and it's important national duty staff. They will be there. They invited for this important event. I can't deny them to say, no, you have to come, while they will miss out an important event on behalf of South Africa in another country. So if they are not available, hence the necessary changes when it comes to all of these dates. And in terms of the APPs will be tabled after the 17th, and after the 17th, and then debates will be the 1st of July. So I must emphasize that I can tell you, unless we have to write and to speak and to address the issue with the chair of chairs to see how the issues that you have mentioned, that I have concern as well, how we can put this in. But the biggest problem that we have as a committee, like I've said earlier on, we deal with we are dealing with two sectors, and it is only Tuesday and Friday, and above this is that there are numerous members in our committee that belongs to other portfolios, and they have to deal with it there. I don't know, in light of what I've said, will Honorable Khabo still would like to have a slot, or rather a slot after I'm asking Jabu to explain the process pertaining to what is in front of us. Honorable Khabo?
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. You know, Chairperson, I want to make a practical example. I don't agree with you that the previous meeting has adopted a program. The reason why I don't agree with you, Chairperson, is because of when you can look at the program that we are currently uh, about to discuss, or the program that is about to be presented before us, and the program that we are referring to, there are two different programs in terms of activities and dates. Now, I would want us to agree that the fact that there is a slightest change on the program, it then says that we have moved away from the initial program that we have adopted. And with that being said, basically it means that we have not adopted this program, this new one, because it has some changes. And once it has some changes, it must come back to the committee for the committee to endorse those changes and adopt it as its own program moving forward. That's what I wanted to say. So I wanted to put it to you, Chairperson, that this program that must be presented, we must allow the staff to present it, and from that point we make our inputs in line with the days that have been said. Because I don't think what we are proposing, or what we would want to propose in terms of the program, is things that are new. But second to that, Chairperson, this program that is new, as much as, and this one is on a lighter note, Chairperson, the reason why we don't have budget is because of yourself, Honorable McGlue and Honorable Steenhuisen. If you did not go to court, we'll be having a budget now. But be it as it may be, Chairperson, now we are sitting with a situation where we have not yet approved the budget. There are certain pressing issues that we have not dealt with as a committee. And unfortunately, we cannot get to the point of approving the budget when we have not dealt with these issues. And some of these issues are very critical, are having direct implications on the budget processes. Honorable Moletan has made a practical example of the VAR program, where 80 million must be spent. And according to the minister, you know, we've got a serious problem with the minister. Every time he sees cameras, he begins to be creative, and he begins to be in a mood of Christmas, becomes Father Christmas, begin to spend government money as if he's now dealing with his private properties. it it is such issues that would have to ventilate. And when you look at our program, the very same one that it must be presented, there are some issues that we believe that they have not been catered for, and unfortunately we cannot go into that process of approving the budget and getting into strategic planning of the department when such issues have not been ventilated. Chairperson, previously we have raised serious concerns on the behavior and attitude of the minister in terms of his lack of respect of the Public Finance Management Act. The minister would go out and make pronouncements on issues that are not also appearing in terms of our APPs. The minister would go out and make financial commitments when we do not know what is the status of our finances. Earlier on, when we were presenting the quarterly report, Honorable Chairperson, I'm not sure if you had realized that the department, to a large extent, is not represented in this committee. How do we get clarity in terms of the quarterly spending on different programs when the administration is not here, the acting DG, the CFO is not here? In all of these programs, it has been demonstrated that indeed there is low spending on programs. But funny enough, on programs of goods and services, on an item of goods and services, the department have even overspent. And they will tell you that it's because of invoices that has been lying on the department, or it's because of leases that has been signed or that have not been paid in the past. Now we are dealing with a department that has been treated as a private property. So I would like to plead with you, Chairperson, that the reporters, I mean, the program has not been adopted. Let's allow the staff to present the report and make inputs on and around, but appreciating your worry and concern in terms of the program. Already, the chair being aware of the program. What would rather do, I would propose that we don't change the dates, would rather shift activities as per priorities. Other issues will just have to find a way of filtering them in. There is no way, Honorable Chairperson, that we can get to a point of discussing the budget when we have not had an interaction with the minister. when we have not had an interaction or we have not taken the minister into account of all the decisions that he is taking. I mean, there's been almost 10 boards that the ministers are appointed. The minister has not even failed, or he does not even have the decency to come back to the committee and report back on the boards that has been appointed. There are numerous issues or allegations that has been raised in line with the appointment or process that has been followed in terms of appointment of those boards. The minister has not came back to the committee and responded on these issues. The minister, everywhere he goes, is just making financial commitments. So I'm saying to you, Honorable Chair, let's look into this program, let's align it, let's make sure that it speaks to issues that that would want to achieve. And I fully agree. I second your approach of saying that because of we are spending a lot, let's consolidate the work that we have done. Administration must give us an indication as who have we met and whom have we interacted with. But also, Chair, I wanted to add that this matter we must treat it more like a decision tracker. Once the administration indicates whom have we met, they must equally indicate what decision has been taken and how far is the implementation of that decision. So that as and when we get into the strategic planning, we are also quite aware of what is it that we have done in the past, where are the shortfalls, what are the challenges, and what are our successes, so that we are able to consolidate and move or prepare or align our strategic planning with this current situation that we are confronted with. With that being said, Chairperson, I will wait for the program to be presented and begin to make inputs on and around there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Sabo, for that input. You know what? My response now, I'm not going to say that members don't read. The thing that is the paper that is in front of us indicate the engagement with the minister on 24 June with the department on the APP. So there will be an opportunity. And the program in front of us, there are, and you are correct, slight amendments due to the tabling of the budget. But we as a collective, as the committee must approve that. And you know, honorable member, I always say I want to apply fairness to any case of any kind. So I'm not going to get involved in the political stuff or rather attack against Honorable John Steenhuisen and myself. But what I have to say is that, you know, they won the case in court. And they can only be blamed if they did not win that case in court. So they exercise their right in court for what has transpired. They won, and we are putting that aside, and we are going on with our future work. So we will see the minister. We will hear from the professional staff now. They will explain. And again, I'm going to give, we as the committee, we are running this committee. You will change and chop the way you want to see and deem things fit. But let's leave also and iron all the other nitty-gritties on when we're going to have our there the light is going now. Where we're going to have our planning. Jabu, please proceed.
Good afternoon once again, members. Chair, thank you for that. Chairperson, I'm not sure if members received the guidelines for the second term after the updated parliamentary program, but I just wanted to just touch on the I don't know if I should flight the guidelines, but I can read it, Chair, so that members can understand the position where we're coming from in terms of drafting the program for the members. Chair, there's a focus area for the NA committees as written by the Office of the House Chairperson. It reads, the amendments to the focus areas for committees are informed by the following factors. The Minister of Finance will table the budget and related budgetary instruments on 21 May 2025. Parliament will consider the fiscal framework on 11 June 2025. Given the expected adjustments in income and expenditure, it will be necessary for members of the executive to submit revised strategic and annual plans for the financial year. Parliament has requested that, subject to the adoption of the fiscal framework, the adjusted strategic and performance plans be tabled by the close of business on 13 June 2025. Chair, the planned debates, as indicated in the program before, were postponed, Chair, as you indicated. So we are here on the 16th of May today to consider the program as it was adopted. Now, the agenda for the day. So next week, Chair, there was a request that the committee does a follow-up briefing with Sanabo on the financial statements, responses to allegations, and allegations of violation and of athletes' safety through non-compliance of tournament rules and regulations. Chair, the agenda item for 27th May was there already in the program, but the agenda read that it would deal also with the APP, which we had to remove because that will be resubmitted. So the agenda for the day expanded to the National Arts Council, briefing the committee on the ownership, funding, and operations of the Downtown Music Hub, non-payment of employees, challenges with the new NAC Council. So apologies for that. NAC Council and its provincial representatives. Then on the 3rd, Chair, the SAFA agenda was also on the previous program, Chair. The committee will receive a briefing on the 2023 annual report, including the latest audited financial statements, Chair, as it reads their governance and other related matters, update on the progress, scheduling its 33rd Ordinary Congress, latest developments regarding all the national teams, update on the VAR implementation, comment on the allegations leveled against the President and CEO, as well as SAFA's inability to pay salaries timelessly. Then on the 10th, the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture will brief the committee on the challenges relating to the Mzansi Golden Economy, open call grant funding applications, following its decision to broaden the scope of MGE to allow for greater participation, access, and public fairness. And then on the 17th, Chair, the committee will meet with Athletics South Africa. I think that was also on the program already, Chair, the previous approved program, on the 2023-24 audited financial statements, report on the CEO position that has been vacant since 2012, update on the recruitment of permanent CEO, update on the suspension of the Mpumalanga Marathon and the non-payment of prize money to winners of the 2024 marathon, update on the ASA board elections. And then, Chair, Friday the 20th. So, Chair, remember, as I indicated, the APPs will be tabled by end of business the 13th of June. So on the 20th, the committee will be able then to meet for the APPs. But now, Chair, the issue is that the weeks that we've been given, it's no longer committee weeks. There are plenaries in the afternoon. And we did indicate, Chair, that maybe the committee might have to meet in the evenings, even if it's virtually, to deal with APPs should the need arise, if the virtual plenaries don't run over time. But on the 20th, Chair, there's the briefing by NFVF on the 2025 annual performance plans, appointment of council, pending investigations, response to allegations of funding irregularities. That was already on the agenda in the previous program. And then the 24th of June, Chair, is a Tuesday. It's also a day where there's plenaries. So we've requested to meet maybe in the morning with AXA to deal with the Department Arts and Culture 2025 budget and annual performance plan from the Auditor General. And then later on in the day after the plenary, then we can receive a briefing by the department on the budget vote and 2025 annual performance plan, Chair. And then on the Friday of the 27th of June, the committee must consider and adopt the budget vote report that will emanate from those meetings, Chair. And then on the 1st of July, the committee will debate its budget vote report. And then the committee, there was a request previously for the committee to meet with basic education on the signing of the MOU to integrate schools and cultural activities into school curriculum across the country, including an overview of the budgetary allocations for these activities across the MTEF. Chair, there was also an agenda item for the 11th of July, which keeps falling off the agenda due to the Parliament program that keeps on changing and the committee changing. It's the Sport Trust on the work they do and projects on sport facilities with a focus on challenges relating to infrastructure and maintenance, funding, transformation, and inclusivity. And then, Chair, on the 15th of July, there's a briefing by SARU on the 2024 annual report, inclusive of the latest audit, financial statements, governance, and other related matters. And then, sorry, Chair. And then there was an agenda item for the 22nd of July, briefing by Artscape on the 25-26 annual performance plan, APP, and the recruitment and procurement policies and other matters, Chair. Chair, I'd also like to indicate that some of the Fridays, as you can see, are not on the program here because there are plenaries that are taking place early in the morning. So it's been difficult to find space. Maybe the committee can give us a directive to say, if we find space in the evenings after plenaries, maybe we can see what we can do, Chair. But that is the inputs that we've proposed for the committee. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now open it for interrogation, rebuttal, debate, proposals, changes. And you may have noted that it seems like a very, very busy program. And I would like to thank the professional staff, Jabu, and everyone for your contribution and assistance and patience in all of this. Honorable members, the program is in front of you, and please also respond on the issue of meeting in the evenings. With our busy program, it will be necessary, but it all depends from you how best we're going to do our program, factored in all of these things. I can't see hands. Feel free to speak.
Honorable Moratsana has a hand up, Chair.
Honorable Molatane, please proceed.
Baya danki may voorzitter. Ke a leboha modulasetulo. Chairperson, Jabu, can you just go up a little bit right after yes, here. Thank you very much. Chairperson, your Sanabo chairperson, ne? Your Sanabo, your sports trust chair. I don't think their issues are that much agent. This one of the 3rd of June, the one of SAFA, it's fine. It can remain there. There is nothing wrong with it. But we need to see that one of SARU before they go to their international games. Because if it's somewhere in July, they will be on their international games. You won't be able to get them a chairperson. And some of the things are happening, then they will come to the portfolio thereafter before we can even interrogate all those things that we wanted to interrogate them about. And then chairperson, when you go, this one of SARU, it must go up. I'm not sure where, chairperson. I'm not sure where, but it must be before they are engaged in their international games, because immediately when they are engaged in their international games, chairperson, we are going to have a very serious problem. It can even go to that one where it said briefing by National Arts Council. National Arts Council, I know they are important, but for now we need this one that are always putting us on the media, and we end up not knowing how to respond because we don't have any discussions with them, chairperson. Now for my top two, it's that one. The SAFA, it's fine. We must have SARU right there on top, chairperson. And then the next one that we must definitely see, chairperson, chairperson, this issue of the athletic South Africa and Swimming South Africa. They must also come back, both of them on on the very same day. The discussion regarding the meeting being held in the evening, due to that on Fridays there are plenaries and so forth. Now I don't have a problem with those meetings as long as they are going to be a virtual chairperson. We can hold those meetings in the evening. If other members agree, I will come back second time around. Thank you very much for the opportunity, chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Molotane. I just want to say something on. I agree with you on Sanabo. Sanabo was also page problem, and I can't remember what else. But the sports trust, Honorable Khabo has raised serious concern on the issue of promises of monies and developments and yourself. So I am very much concerned of what is happening in that sport trust and how that monies are being channeled to or utilized. So the sports trust is an important one for me. And also one must note with what is currently happening within the artist arena. You have the National Arts Council and the issue of downtown and the response by the minister. There are very serious allegations there. Very serious allegations there. Yes, of course, Netball South Africa must come back. That includes NWC, Netball World Cup, but we will discuss it later. Or maybe I must just mention it. I just want to mention it in pass. They have also asked extension because they have not finished their report. So I wanted to be fair, and I said it's fine. I can't make a decision. It is us that make a decision. That letter must serve in front of us later on under any other business. So if we talk about replacement, then we have to replace arts with I don't know with who. But it is for us to decide what we will then prioritize as far as this is as this whole saga is concerned. There is this thing of feedbacks, and we must discuss it in our planning. I share the sentiment of ASA and NSA that must come back because they have sent their staff. I've been contacted to respond on behalf of the committee on Netball South Africa. I declined because I am not the committee. I said the committee must first peruse that report. And that report of them that has been sent, it is within our possession. I did not move a finger or speak to any journalist about it because I feel it must come back because they went out on the offensive and go and make this a whole saga of them, a public saga. So they have to come back, and we have to sit around, and as well as ASA, as you rightfully said. In the case of Sanabo, Sanabo did not present their annual report, as we can remember. We rejected it and we sent them back. And the issue was also of the violation of the athlete safety as raised by a certain Mr. Norkia or something like that. So Sanabo is important as much as the sports trust for me is important. Sports trust is very important for me and Sanabo because the sports trust, we have to see where these millions come out for all of a sudden announcements for developments within the sports, arts and culture. We have to discuss these issues. And I don't know, I don't want to pour cold water, Honorable Melotane, and I understand also the appetite of every one of us to have these organizations in front of us. But that That is my response to that. Is there any other member that would like to mention something about it?
Chairperson,
Honorable Jacobs?
I would just like to caution us against
Chairperson Khabo has
Chairperson.
the hand before Honorable Jacobs.
Okay, my apologies. I am on my phone. I am guided by this stuff, but I take your point, Honorable Moletsane. Honorable Jacobs, just a second. Let me give Honorable Khabo an opportunity. The other thing is also when it comes to SARU, when I've made that change with SARU, because I want to give everyone a fair chance, so that they mustn't see that we want to just get and jump onto them. SARU has indicated they will be available after the 31st of May. So I don't know. It's really difficult to me. Honorable Khabo?
Yeah. No, thanks, Chair. Look, mine, it's straightforward. Like I said earlier on, the intention, we are quite aware of a tight program, especially that is leading us to the approval of the budget. Chair, mine was just the issue that was raised earlier on by Honorable Moletsane. And we do not intend to create a crisis unnecessarily. I think we'll just plead probably with our support staff to assist, especially given the reasons raised by Honorable Moletsane in terms of SARU. You'd remember that there was a lot of things that happened immediately after our interaction with SARU. So it would be very much important for us, take into consideration the fact that they've got international games. That was the only issue that I wanted to raise. But over and above other issues, Chairperson, as to other dates, I think I'm fine. The only issue that I wanted to propose was that let's take SARU from below and just put it on and around June so that we don't get ourselves in a situation. I think Honorable Advocate Sally also raised the matter during the week in terms of SARU's absenteeism or its attendance of international games. So with that being said, Chairperson, that is where I stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And
Honorable
also,
Khabo.
also, Chairperson, my apology. I think given the tight schedule that we are having, I would also agree in terms of us being flexible, in a sense that being able to attend meetings or being able to convene portfolio committee meetings at night, that I fully support. That we'll just have to be flexible, take into consideration the program and other committees meetings during the day, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Unless the professional staff indicate to us and members if we can have, after the plenaries, have an evening sitting and call them in the evening. They, they must play rugby in the evening also. So we can meet in the evening with them. Honorable Jacobs?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I just wanted to echo the sentiments of flexibility. I think that is something that we really have to consider, given that we are a portfolio committee that represents the people. We must be ready to represent the people at any time, and any time means that we ought to be able to be flexible with the items that we are considering. Chairperson, I just wanted to raise a cautionary point, and that is to the notion of removing the NAC or replacing them or moving them downward. I think, Chairperson, the committee is not solely a committee that focuses on sports, but a committee that focuses on sports, arts, and culture, and focuses on all relevant entities and bodies that are relevant to this, to the disciplines within the committee's scope. So, Chairperson, I do want to echo that, or rather share that sentiment, that we should caution against prioritizing certain codes above others. These are all equally important, and I think that they've all earned their space on the portfolio and on the portfolio committee's program. And to some extent, I would even say that we may have over prioritized sports to the chagrin of arts and culture. But we must consider these things equally, Chairperson. So I'd just like to caution against that. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have an indication on from the professional staff if we have mini plenaries? Is it hybrid? And if it is hybrid, we might be able to consider the the afternoon, late afternoon or so, perhaps another meeting, and perhaps, the depending on the veracity or importance of that particular hybrid meetings where members will then be in Cape Town, we can then perhaps, sit in for at least, 2 hours or so, and then perhaps ask from our particular whips or from the Honorable Frolic whether this is viable, and go and proceed with our meeting. I think I've seen this happen before. Honorable Moletsane, do you want to respond before who's that? Is that Jabu?
Yes, Chair, it was me, Chair.
Okay, proceed, Jabu. Then I'll give Honorable Moletsane an opportunity to respond.
Chair, regarding the plenaries, Chair, the memo does read that plenaries will take place in hybrid format due to the unavailability of the dome. All budget vote debates will take place in Parliament, in the chamber, and M46, and members are expected to attend physically. But also, Chair, I wanted to just seek clarity from the members. The meetings that members would want us to have hybrid in the evening, virtually in the evening, is that the meetings pertaining to the preparation of the APPs, or just meetings in general, and then we can work around the program and research?
My take on it is that Honorable Moletsane would love to have, and I think myself and many others would love to have the other meetings of national importance. For example, SARU and SAFA. We would really like to have that in person. Perhaps if I may ask, before Honorable Moletsane is going to speak, to check at the two dates vis-a-vis Athletics South Africa and SARU. And perhaps if she will be happy if we swap those two dates, if we maybe swap Athletics South Africa with SARU, because we had a bite at the cherry with Athletics South Africa, if we can swap those two. But this is also, pending the availability. Perhaps SARU's availability. If we can do that, Honorable Moletsane.
Chairperson, I think on the one of SAFA, according to it said the 3rd of June, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. But the one of SARU, we need to get SARU before they go to this international games, Chairperson. It's only just that today it's Friday, next week it's the 20th. I was going to say the 20th, so it's just around the corner. It won't be possible. But Chair, we need to get them before. Chairperson, the reason I'm saying that before, I'm still standing on what I've said. I think sometimes we said some things as if it's a joke, or maybe someone is angry. No, it's not a joke. It's not. We are not angry. The issue of us going to approve the budget, then after approving the budget, someone will just come and do as he wish, as if PC members, we are just there to say yes. We don't have something to say regarding whatever that is happening in the department. That's what makes me to say that some of the things we need to entity to see them now before we approve the budget, because what is happening now, Chairperson, regarding the budget of the department, it's really uncalled for. It's really uncalled for. Some of the things that's supposed to happen, they are not happening. Things are happening according to whoever that wants things to happen. Then he will just say do this without even consulting the portfolio. So I'm getting worried that our work is, we are here just to tick sorry, Chairperson, just to tick boxes, or are we here to do oversight on everything? So for me, if the SAFA one must be like that, and then we need to find the date here in June for SARU. Then the next one, they will just fall in, Chairperson. I don't have a problem. Thank you very much, Mdula Stutu.
It makes sense, Honorable Molatsani, and I also hear what you say. Is there anyone just quick indicate how much money that SARU gets from the department? That's the first thing. The second thing is, Jabu, if you can just give us an indication on the 17. Is there a possibility to move them to move SARU to the 17 perhaps? 17 of June. What date also just clear us, because my papers are now lying around here. What date is Athletics South Africa? If we can check on that swap perhaps. Jabu?
Chair, ASA is on the 17th of June, and then SARU was going to be in July. But Sis Olega would be better placed to respond as to the availability of SARU, because we could maybe after the plenary, we'll just have to check the parliamentary program, and then maybe even if we can request from the House Chair to sit in during the plenary, or if we can meet after the plenary, then we can have both meetings on the same day if it's possible, or if there's a change, Sister Olega can indicate.
Yeah, you know what we've done in the past? We check with them and they agree, and sometimes they want to change. But if the committee would like me to be involved myself to check, but it is important also subject to their availability. But I think we have reach out to them. They might be able to reach out to us for June. Let's see, June the 17th, you say?
Yes, Chair, the 17th.
Chairperson,
Yes, Honorable Molatsani.
let me just correct something here. For us in the SARU, it doesn't mean that when I said before the budget, it doesn't mean that how much are we giving them for the money for the what department gave, how much does department gave SARU. My issue is regarding, again, remember SARU hasn't appeared to come and talked about the World Cup. And there are developments that are happening in that entity that we need to interrogate as the portfolio committee. And if we don't interrogate them now, by the time we call the SARU to come to the portfolio committee, there will be no use to come and raise those issues with them, because there will be, in fact, yes, there will be no time to raise with them, because they will have already happened, and we cannot be able to discuss something that has already happened, and we even if they can give us answers, there is nothing we can do. But there are immediate issues that we need to discuss with SARU, as in now, Chairperson. You know, there are so many things that are happening in that entity, and it looks like we are quiet. And the minute we are quiet, it means we are saying to them, continue, do whatever that you are doing. There's a development regarding the issue of that Rugai. There's a development regarding that company that is suing SARU 14 million regarding the equity deals. There are so many things. So we need to discuss this thing while they are still fresh, while at least they can be able to account now, because every time they will be saying that they've went to the international games, and that's one of the things that made SARU to run away, because they will just say we've gone to international games. For an example, as the portfolio committee, they failed to invite portfolio committee. They only invite chairperson to the awards chairperson. There are so many things that we need to raise, Chairperson. And now I'm still saying that, it's very difficult for me to come and approve the budget that I know very well it's not going to assist our voters. Instead, it will be doing some things that are not even part of the department. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Honorable Malachane, you've made a point. I take note. Let's see then whether we can swap them with Saru with what is the entity's name now? What is the entity's name?
Passager, Athletics
Yes,
SA.
Athletics South Africa or any other entity. And I think the issues raised by Honorable Molatani are relevant. And I share the sentiment. I share the issues. There were even the announcement of the outcome of various court cases in this particular matter, where and in particular Honorable Molatani has raised on the involvement of individuals still being used, and the court of law has shown that Honorable Molatani was actually right. Can we ask then the proposal or request from Honorable Molatani that it needs to be seriously considered in terms of that availability? If it's not with ASA, then we can swap with anyone else perhaps. But we are running out of time in terms of the notices. That should happen, I think, still today. Some communication have to go through. Any response from the portfolio secretaries?
No, Chair, we're noting, Chair, we will look at
Okay.
the availability.
Thanks.
And
Thanks. Honorable Malachane, you happy with that?
Thank you, Chairperson.
Okay, I hope that it will happen, and I share your sentiment. I really share your sentiment in terms of a lot of developments that has transpired over the last since we met. Is there any other issue that any member would like to raise pertaining to the program? And shall I then ask for the ratification of this program, subject to the request by Honorable Molatane that we meet Saru on an earlier date?
Chairperson, Mr. Khabo has his hand up.
Honorable Khabo, please unmute. Unmute, please. Honorable Khabo, unmute.
I think it's a legacy hand, Chair.
Is it?
Chairperson,
And
before you, I forgot. Maybe it's my last. I just want to check, Chairperson. Remember, we've talked about the timelines. The timelines are very much important. I just want to check with the issue of netball, where they've requested to extend the deadline. The deadline is extended up until when, Chairperson?
let's deal with it under other business. I want to deal with two matters under other business. Let's first approve the program that is in front of us, and then we can read that letters to you. Is that fine? Honorable members, the program is in front of us. Are we all in agreement with the program as put out there? There are quite numerous dates, and I would like to.
Can they go up a bit, because it's now starting at here on the screen? It's starting on the 3rd of June. Okay.
It must be the first, I think. When? What's the date? Is it at the start now? But I would also want to ask if we can be on a regular basis, just be kept posted on the developments because we're gonna have a full blast of a time from now onwards. I think the bulk of the program is with the APPs, the Auditor General, uh, Athletics South Africa, Senabo, Sports Trust. May I ask honorable members, hey, this sports trust one, I know it will be also hybrid. This Friday the 11th. Can we perhaps, Jabu, try and, if possible, get that one in person? I don't know, I've never met with the sport trust ever. And then we have arts and culture and basic education. Yeah, that's basically all the main things that we're going to discuss. Members, are we happy?
Chairperson, just want to, I'm trying to see the new amendments that we've just made here at the
Jabu, please indicate to the honorable members.
Oh, I can see
Can
it
we,
the
yeah,
13th of June. It's a SARU.
yeah, can we resend it, Chair? We will update as the members
Yes.
indicated and also indicate which evenings where we can slot in
Okay.
other agenda items, Chair, before
Are you saying that we have to consider it again, Jabu?
No, the members can adopt with amendments, Chair, and then we can
Okay.
resend it to members.
Okay. But please indicate the one of Sports Trust also in person, and then the Saru one will be a possible change with Athletics South Africa or any other entity just before, not in July.
Yes, Chair, or we can even have it in the evening of the
Yes.
17th of June, and then we can have both agenda items on the day. Then we
No,
can
great.
have before the budget vote.
But I don't have the page for the 17th of June. What does that indicate? Virtual or in person?
We're going to try for, we were having a physical meeting for
Yes.
ASA in the morning. So we can also meet
Physical,
physically
great.
later on. It's a Tuesday's, Chair. We can meet in the evening physically.
That's fine.
If
That's
members are
fine.
available in Parliament.
Yeah, and if the rugby will be available, but we must mention to them that we've reached out to them. We really
That
will
person
appreciate
just one of rugby. We mustn't say if they are available. They must be available. There are these entities that they thought that we are here to play. They must be available, not if. If they are not being available, they postpone us. They must postpone us for the next 5 years. We'll also postpone our money for the next 5 years.
Got it, professional staff.
Noted, Chairperson.
Members, with that said, we still have 2 items to deal with, and that is the issue of NWC Netball World Cup application, and perhaps a possible date meeting with both them and Netball South Africa, as well as the issue that I would like to deal a letter from the State Theatre. Honorable Cabo, are you going to propose?
Chairperson.
Proceed, honorable member.
There is this one item that we need to discuss as the portfolio chair. The issue of there is somewhere where we once discussed if there are any board members who are serving in more than one board. And we have been very quiet about that, Chairperson. I think at some stage we need to discuss that issue of the board members, especially now that many boards have just been put in as the new board, and as the portfolio, majority of them we don't know. But I'm aware that there are people who are serving in more than one board. And one board, not that it's a board in sports, the other board is in another, more than one board in a DSEC, Chairperson. I mean, Chairperson, it can't be happening. So we need to have a day where we are going to discuss this issue of the boards. The DSEC must submit us with the list of all the board members. Then you will see what I'm talking about, Chairperson. That's my proposal, Chair.
Yeah, I want to add there, it mustn't stop at who's in more than one board. You know, we were on oversight in the Eastern Cape and we met someone that served on 3 boards. But with that said, I think we should not just be interested in who's serving in more than one board. What we should be interested in is the CVs, is the process. How did the department came about to appoint these board members? That's why we have all this outcry there in the public domain on board members that never ever put his finger to a string of a guitar, but he is in a specific domain, arts and culture, or never ever kick a tennis ball, but he's on the board serving, at sports wherever. So it is a serious thing. We have to interrogate this
Please,
and
Chairperson.
see the fairness and the processes and the CVs. And I mean, there's people sitting outside with in-depth CVs, serious CVs of arts and culture and sport. And you have some of them that don't even have a one-page CV serving on these boards.
Chairperson, on top of that, yesterday morning after the 9 o'clock news, there was this program. They always interview the artist in that program. It's a 30 minutes program. Yesterday they were interviewing Zakes Bantwini. I don't know if Chairperson knows Zakes Bantwini. Zakes said something that makes me to end up talking about the issue of the boards. He said something very interesting to say that the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, it seems like we don't care about it. We care about other departments, where you'll find that in the portfolio, in the Ministry of Health, there will be someone who knows exactly how to interpret the health issues and so forth. And in sports, every time we bring an engineer to come and run sports, how does an engineer think like an artist or like an athlete? Which is true, Chairperson. After saying that, he said, go and check in everything that are done. They are not done by people who knows sports, who are in artistry and so forth. And thinking about that, I went further to check who have been appointed in all these boards. That's when I realized that you'll find 1, 2, 3 names that are appearing 8 or 9 times in all the boards of DSEC, Chairperson.
True. Yeah, no, I agree. Let's leave it and let's see how we can
more than 5 times in the boards of DSEC. For that matter, the boards of the board of Artscape, you go there and check female, males, Indian, coloreds, blacks, white. We have only 2 blacks in that board. We have only 2 blacks in that board. And are we supposed to be quiet? Are we supposed to be quiet, Chairperson? We can't be
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah,
We can't.
let's see how let's see, Honorable Molotana, how we can fit this in. You know, we said the other day with Boxing South Africa board member who is elsewhere a CEO. So these are the things that we are sitting with, and these are the things that we need to really we need some explanation how the department get to those decisions. With that said, Honorable Molotane, honorable members, can we deal with this? We still have two items to deal with. Can we deal with this issue of the, should I say, approval? But remember, it's us now that condone, that ratify, that approve the document as it is, with the provision that we would like to see, what is his name, Saru, earlier in June, if that is possible, and also that we might have possible sittings late in the evening.
Chairperson, I'd like to propose that we accept the program and then discuss perhaps some of the other matters that Honorable Molotane was raising in any other business as well, because I think that it's very, very important. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Okay, I thought that one is done, Honorable Liam Jacobs. I don't want to open another discussion. We're far over our time, but I always want to give members that opportunities. So we have three issues then. There's a proposal. Is there a seconder? Honorable Gabo, where are you? Ek wil jou vasmaak dat jy kan second. Members, this is not my program, eh? It's your program.
Chairperson, the program has been seconded. I'm seconding the program, including the new amendments that
Thank you.
we added.
Thank you so much, Honorable Baratane. Let's go to any other business. There is a letter being sent to you, honorable members, and the letter is from the State Theatre asking for intervention. It boils down to the earlier discussion and remarks of myself pertaining to letters by various entities, specific reference to the appointments, board appointments, and some of these issues has resulted in a very serious march the other day to the presidency. We will then also receive, in terms of that memorandum being submitted to the presidency, it will be sent to DSEC, it will be sent to the minister, it will also be sent to us for further discussion. But be as it may, with a serious allegation and the letter in front of you, pertaining to a plight from an individual to intervene on what is transpiring within the State Theatre, where millions are involved. I would like to put it to you, members, to ask for permission that we submit that complaint in writing to the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. Furthermore, to ask them for 21 days to give a response to that particular accusations, and also request on what steps will be taken or has been taken and towards what the content of that letter is consisted of. Then perhaps consider also a slot to call them in for appearance in front of the committee on the governance issues. That is the first case I would like to discuss. It's open for discussion. If there is, I don't see any hands, please help me, professional staff members. If there is no hands, I then take it that you agree that we write to the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture and that we request them to respond in 21 days following a consideration and also a suggestion on a possible date to invite the State Theatre for a possible meeting with us. Thank you so much. The second issue is the issue pertaining to NWC, that is Netball World Cup, and perhaps simultaneously the issue of Netball South Africa. Like I said, our experience is we sit in meetings, people leave, and we don't hear of these, feedbacks. Now we have been sent by Netball South Africa with responses that is requested by this committee. It is in our hands individually, and I feel this is a very, very serious matter. It's a matter of national importance. I don't want to respond to any news media pertaining to their responses. I don't want to have the discussion on this issue in the public domain. I would want them to come back so that we then can discuss their responses, and simultaneously with Netball World Cup to come and report on the finance. And I would like the PC secretary to read the response. I think the due date was yesterday or today. I have indicated to the secretary of the portfolio that in principle I do not have a problem. I still believe that I want to be transparent and give them enough time. So, but as this matter is a portfolio matter, I said we will then bring it to the portfolio, and then they will then receive an official response from us as to whether we approve their application to prepare them properly for this specific report. Thank you. Chabu, please read for us the letter.
Dear Honorable Chairperson McGlure, request for a detailed financial report on the Netball World Cup 2023. We refer to the above-mentioned matter and to your correspondence dated 25 April 2025. At the outset, the Board of Directors of Netball World Cup would like to confirm that we have been taking all necessary steps to finalize a comprehensive financial report as requested by the Portfolio Committee. The Board has every intention of submitting the aforesaid report to the Portfolio Committee. However, due to various extraneous factors, the Board is regrettably not in a position to submit a comprehensive report by the prescribed deadline. The LOC, who ran the operations of the Netball World Cup 2023, is no longer in office, which has created significant challenges, and the Board is currently in the process of obtaining critical information in order to expeditiously finalize the report. However, despite the Board's best efforts, there is outstanding information and documentation which the Board has yet to obtain, and which is required for purposes of finalizing the aforesaid report. In light of the above, the Board would like to hereby request an indulgence to submit the report to the Portfolio Committee by no later than the 6th of June, 2025. The requested extension will furthermore afford the Board an opportunity to conclude on the final audit of the NWC 2023's audit and to present the audited financial statements to the Portfolio Committee together with the Board's report. We trust that the Board's request... Okay.
Proceed, sorry, I thought you're done.
Well, we trust that the Board's request will receive the necessary consideration and await your response in this regard. Should you require any additional information or clarity, please do not hesitate to contact the writer thereof. So I can't see the signature. Oh, it's Shukwambana. It's the chairperson of the World Cup, Netball World Cup 2023.
Thank you so much. Honorable members, as I have said, I want to be lenient, transparent, because this is a very serious case of national interest. I therefore indicated to the Portfolio Committee Secretary to indicate that in principle, as the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, I do not have a problem. Thus, this matter has served before the portfolio committee, and I would also now request the portfolio committee to consider this application in a positive way. Furthermore, I will not allow or tolerate any reason being given that the LOC is not within reach. I further would like to propose to this committee that when this report will be presented in person to the portfolio committee, that in the meantime, as from now, that the portfolio committee secretary search and try their utmost best to get hold of the previous LOC members, and that this committee, I am now appealing to you to seriously consider us, because it is within our rights to invite them as well, together with the Netball World Cup, with Netball South Africa, to lay to rest for the final time the issues, the allegations, and the mistrust there may be currently between these entities and the portfolio committee and the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, last but not least, and the public at large. I am now opening it for a discussion. There's a possible date, and I think netball will then be ready with Netball South Africa will also be ready with their books. Then we will have Netball South Africa and the issues that they have responded, and we will have Netball World Cup, and we will have the LOC. And I also want to suggest of the urgency. We're not aware currently I haven't received any paper officially from any kind, what the status is with the president of Netball South Africa that has been suspended. So we might be able also to have her subject to what is transpired there with World Netball. So we might be able to have her as well present in this meeting. So I would suggest, honorable members, if that is possible, Zoleka and or Tabu to indicate whether the 15th of July will be possible. I'm now opening it for discussion, and then perhaps the professional staff members indicate to us as to what date should be best placed to meet them in person.
Chairperson?
Honorable Liam Jacobs.
Chairperson, I just want to ask, are you saying that they will only hand their stuff into us by the 15th, or we'll have it by the 6th of June, both Netball South Africa and World Cup?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Honorable Jacobs, 14 days notice, 14 days beforehand, the stuff must be within our ranks. Members of the portfolio committee must have at least 14 days to peruse those documents, to peruse those papers, in order for us to have a sound, complete, and fair interrogation on how those monies have been spent.
Well, then, Chairperson, I think it is an opportune time to say that while we have received some of this, we've received, of course, some documentation from, for example, Netball South Africa, and it's very alarming documentation itself. So I'm in two minds about this, because on the one hand, we do want thorough and we want quality information. But on the other hand, Chairperson, we deal with the issue of the fact that it has been some time since the meeting has taken place, and it has been some time since they've committed to providing us with the information, Chairperson. And the information that they've provided us with as yet is not satisfactory at all. So I think there's a massive problem here when it comes to really discussing how we are going to get good quality information out. And I think giving more time is perhaps hazardous in the situation, Chairperson. But I do support, in the one hand, giving more time, but on the other hand, it does provide some sort of hazard, Chairperson.
Honorable Jacobs, I don't want us to have them in front of us and to come back again. What I'm going to rule on now is for members, and I want an official letter out to members to say you have by now received the report. Is there any more information or clarity you would like to have? That must be sent to the secretary, portfolio secretary. It must be collated, and it must be sent back. And I'm going to, if you allow me to, if you're going to allow me to make that ruling between myself and the professional staff, to say, listen, let's say I'm giving you as the committee 5 days, and after 5 days, we will then submit to Netball South Africa for any clarity on behalf of the committee to say this is issues that we need of clarity, if that is fine with you.
That's fine, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Molatani.
Chairperson, thank you very much. But I think you've already covered me in a lot of things that you've just mentioned now. Because really, it can be right that the LOC, those people are still available. Those people are still available, Chairperson. Let them come and account. If possible, like as you've just said, for us to have them under one roof, all of them, let it be, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Honorable Molatani. Any other hands as I can't see? Okay, that is the letter pertaining to netball. We've dealt with that. We've dealt with the state theatre. Is there any other issue that I think that I've missed, Jabu, on any other business?
That was what we had, Chair, at the moment.
I think there's still one issue. I've made a note. Shoot, yeah, but I think that's all. I've made a note. NSA, not NWC. NSA. Yeah, the NWC. That's fine. Okay, honorable members, that brings us to the end of this meeting, and I would like again to thank each and everyone for your contribution and your input. Please know that it is much appreciated. I now declare the meeting as closed. Thank you so much.
Baie dankie meneer, baie dankie meneer.
Dankie Leer.
Nee, baie dankie almal.
Bye.
Dankie.
Thanks. Bye-bye everyone.
Dankie papiki.